And that was one of the toughest things they had to do because I'll tell the whole story exactly what happened there. But it was like I loved UFC, and it was so cool being there as that thing grew from nothing. Something people like I said, looked at you like you're crazy for doing to become an accepted mainstream. It was awesome, you know, and I love being part of it. Very proud to be a part of that organization. But so I've had four kids the whole time I was training and fighting, pretty much. With my wife didn't have to work because she raised the kids. So my job was to be gone working and making money for the family. Um, I was also a full-time firefighter the whole time. So just trying to manage having four kids, work a full-time job, and train full-time. I didn't have any time to do anything else. People would always ask me, like, what else? What are your hobbies? I'm like, I don't have any hobbies. Like, do you like to play golf?
Yeah.
Never play golf. Do you hunt? I've never been hunting in my life. Like, I don't do anything. I don't. How do you have time to do anything else? I wish there was 30 hours in a day. There's only 24. I can't do what I want. You know what I mean? So um, that's all I did. And you don't know how many times trying to train full time and fight these guys, how many of my kids' events I had to miss. Like, I didn't go to a lot of my son's basketball games. I missed my daughter's gymnastics meet and cheerleading. I was at the gym. I had to be like, I'm not going to lose my fight because I wanted to, I'm not going to go on national or pay-per-view and get beat up in front of the world because I went to my son's basketball game. It's not going to be an option. So that was my life for many years. So I remember, I'm on a streak or I win four in a row. I go to Australia, I lose a fight, and I'd had like knee surgery right before that, like a month before the fight. So I didn't rehab it. I just took the fight anyway, like because I'm an idiot and I can't back out of a fight because I feel like a coward. So I took the fight, and then after that fight, I said, okay, I'm going to take a month and rehab my knee. So I took a month. And at that time, I went to my son's basketball games. I went to the gymnastics meet and the cheerleading. And the UFC called me. Then they go, we want you to fight Dan Hardy in the main event. I'm like, yes. So I go to the gym that day. And as I'm driving to the gym, the first time ever, I felt like a weird sense of guilt. Like I'd never felt that, and I was just like, I should be at a basketball game. I felt weird when I was at those games because people would be like, "Hey, Chris, man, good to see you here. What are you?" And I was like, I just felt weird. Like, man, I felt like a complete failure in many ways as a father. It's like I got these kids and I'm not there. And I remember talking to a guy and he was telling me how it's hard as a man. He wanted to be successful to help pay for his daughter's stuff, and he realized he did that very well, but when he realized she was in college by this time and he didn't know his daughter and he lost that time, he's never going to get it back. I remember him telling me that, and I remember thinking, that's me. That's going to be me. My kids are going to be grown. I'm not going to know who they are. So I went to the gym. I trained. I came back and I talked to my wife, and I was like, man, I can't do this. And we talked, and we're like, all right, this will be your last fight. And after that, that gave me the freedom to be like, all right, I'm going to train my ass off. I'm not going to lose my last fight. You know what I mean? So then I went to the gym. I trained my ass off for the next 6 weeks, and I won the fight. But I made the decision. I wrote that letter, gave it to Dana at the Wins. Like, I'm done. I mean, no matter what happens, this is it. But that's why I felt like the unbelievable amount of pressure on that fight because you want to win your last fight. And, like a lot of people, they fight. If they win, then they're going to retire. And if not, they're going to fight again. But I was like, I'd already made that decision. I'm not fighting again. I got to be around my kids before they get to. I mean, my son was a freshman in high school. I was like, he's almost done. He's almost out of here. I can't lose these next 4 years. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Did anyone try, like, from the UFC, like, or like from your coaches, try and keep you going? Nah, man, like, just give it 1 or 2 more years. Like, don't leave now. Did they try and did the UFC try and dangle the carrot and say, look, man, come and stay. We'll offer you this.
Man, no. Dana at one point said, man, you can fight as long as you ever want to fight here. You have a home. You can always fight here. But when I did that, I think in a way, I really think, I hope, I don't really know. They never really talked to about this, but I think they liked the way I went out because, like I said, I hope they use that as an example to some other guys. Like, hey, man, don't stick around and just keep getting brain damage. Don't stick around and ruin your legacy. Don't stick around and keep losing. It makes you look bad. And be honest with you, like Dana, he likes the fighters. He like, I know what happened. He loved Chuck Liddell. When that happened to him, I know it hurt him. You know what I mean? So I don't think he liked that. And I think he wants people to go out on their own terms. So I think I'm hoping they like to use me as an example. Hey, man, maybe you should do something like that instead of going down the other path. Because, like I said, I don't know many people who go out with a positive streak. Most people are just on a negative streak.